Good morning. It is April 13th, 2025. We're at Community Food Forest. We have a few videos in our efforts to convert this piece of land into a community food forest. We're planting trees and they're sprouting, they're surviving. However, we would like to enrich the soil by providing ground cover and creating new soil to give our trees the opportunity to grow faster. And we have some constraints. We have no plowing equipment here, it's not accessible. So everything we do needs to be scattered on the surface of the soil. And it's far away from our farm that it's a burden to make and carry clay balls. So everything needs to be scattered on the surface. And it's like taking a piece of rock and throwing it and hoping that it will grow. There are some problems with doing that. One of them is if you do this in the summer or early fall, the ants are likely to take most of your seeds. So we need to account for the ants. Around here, around December, they go in hibernation and limit their activity. So early December is a good time to throw seeds on the ground. Number two, we have observed that ants are not able to pick up and carry vetch seeds. They're too small for them, too slippery, and they leave them alone. So those are two important pieces of information that can help us out. The other problems that may arise is we may get a sudden downpour and it can wash all the seeds away. Or we may get strong winds and they can take the seeds away. Or we may get birds, flock of birds come in and they take the seeds away. So these are issues that we need to be aware of. And it's very economical to buy seeds and just simply throw them, especially seeds like barley, which is animal feed, and I can buy it, it's very inexpensive. So I don't mind throwing barley seeds 2 and 3 times in a season until I get something like this, which is ground cover. And then barley has worked out very well for us. It's growing and it's covering the ground. The second seed that does very well here is the mustard seed. They almost immediately they sprout, and especially in between the barley seeds, they do well. And we're going to take you on a tour now on the different parts of this community food forest, because not all of it is the same. It differs from place to place. And here, while we're here, we see a plum tree from a couple of years ago. And we see an almond tree. Almond trees thrive here. As we mentioned before, though, the field mice and the other creatures, they take them away from us. Okay, this is the northern part of our project, and this is the northern section of the northern part. It is different here than over there, which is the southern part. The southern part has some organic matter in the soil, and the soil is not as bare. Here we see a golden rain tree emerging. We see that the barley is growing and the mustard seeds are growing in between, and we have some field peas and vets growing. Here, over here is like a test area. We scattered, I think this is sorghum Sudan grass. I'm not sure, but we'll see how thickly it's growing. I spread a lot of seeds because I had no idea how they will do. And here we see another golden rain tree. So this part of the community forest, this is where we are. Another golden rain tree. So hopefully when we come back next year, there will be some ground cover here, and so when we spread our seeds, we'll be able to spread vets and field peas. The vets and field peas, they need a ground cover to sprout. If you throw them on bare soil, they're not going to do well. And we see here an almond tree. So if you throw barley, if you throw vets or field peas in areas such as this, they're not going to do well. But if you throw them and they land in between ground cover, they will do well. And they produce a lot of organic matter, and they produce a lot of new soil. We see as we go along here that we have more barley growing. So that's where we are at this part of the farm or the community food forest. Okay, we're continuing. This is the northern section of the community food forest. The southern part, as I mentioned, this here has more organic matter, and we see that the barley is growing, and we have a nice ground cover. It's nice to see. And we see here an oak tree from a couple of years ago. It's sprouting. So in between here we have barley, and this is mustard plants doing very well. And so next year here, provided we have this nice ground cover, we're going to spread more vets, field peas, and we haven't talked about it yet. It's important that we establish alfalfa. This is an alfalfa plant, and it stays evergreen all summer long, and we want to have this plant growing all over the place. Would like to do that. And there is the access road for the southern part where we're going to go now. We're still at the northern part of the community food forest, and I wanted to show what a difference when you have ground cover, how the field peas and the barley and the mustard seeds, how they do. We're creating a nice layer of compost. And so we want to have this all over the place up there. How long it's going to take, I don't know. But we're going to give it a try. We're learning from this process, and we can do this with drones. and we can use the information that we learned here to spread seeds after a forest fire, to control soil erosion, and to help native seeds sprout. So this is an eye-opener for me, and hopefully it's going to be useful for some other people too. Thank you. This is the southern section of the community food forest, and this is the southern part. They're a bit different here also. We see here, this is the northern portion of it. We see the barley and the field peas growing, and happy to see them. When I started just simply scattering the seeds, I had no idea what is going to come out of it, or especially had no experience with barley. And what a pleasant surprise it is to see it growing. And we see here the barley and the field peas and the vetch. They're growing well. And as I said, this section of the farm has organic matter. We see some oregano growing from a couple of years ago. This is rock rose. So this is nice. And similar to the other part, we want to somehow establish alfalfa, have it growing, and so we have a ground cover all summer long. This is beautiful. This is vetch and field peas growing. Now this portion up here of this section does not have as much organic soil, but we see the barley growing. And so there's a band of going all the way around there, up there, that the soil was not as strong as down there. So that's the progress this year of the community with the community food forest. Thank you for listening. Sometime when the time comes, we're gonna graft. These are wild pear trees and some wild olive trees, and the wild pear trees are going to be grafted, and they will produce pears. We see an alfalfa plant, very strong, very useful, and we see a golden ray tree that was transplanted. It's doing fine. Okay, a few more things to say about this experience of scattering seeds. You need to scatter your seeds at a time when you have 4 or 5 or as many days as possible of wet, rainy weather. You don't want to, it's going to be a disaster if you spread seeds, it rains, and then 2 days later you get full of sun and high temperatures. That's important. Then the establishment of alfalfa is going to be important for us, is right now I'm looking for a plant, a summer plant to grow here. Uh, I'm trying things like the sorghum Sudan grass or the millets. I even spread some chia seeds here. I'm trying different types of seeds here to see what the land wants to grow, what it can grow. And for every part of the world is going to be different. But the general principles are the same. You want to establish a ground cover. In this case, it's barley and it's mustard seeds. And then in between that, you can plant other things. And we see here this wonderful almond tree. So that's what we have.